Well, I've just learned a valuable lesson. It's one that I've known of anyway, but always check your batteries before you leave home. Obviously I haven't checked the batteries on my drone, and they are a little bit on the low side, and we've got some great fog. 2.5 batteries, 2.5%. Is that right? As you can see, there isn't enough. It'll be enough to get up and have a look around and take a couple of quick shots, but that's about it. I do have a charger here, but I should have been thinking about that before I left home. That one's the same. I think these are designed to discharge anyway, possibly to keep the health of the battery. Now, that's my cord. Oh, it's cold. It must be about 2 degrees, I reckon. Oh, it's brisk. Okay, alright. First things first. Let's get this just about ready to go. And get the still camera out first, because it's still a little bit dark for the drone. Let's just put that up there. Get the Leica out. I'm going to go for the 90 to 280 today. I think that'll be a nice one, because most of the stuff that I want to photograph is over in the distance. So let's get that lens out and get it on. So here I am at the top of the hill, just off the Balingup Nannup Road, and I'm here all on my own. There's not a breath of breeze anywhere. It's completely still, completely freezing. And what I'm trying to do is get some nice photos of the fog layer. And this area is always full of fog. Just about every day in winter, when it's not raining, if it's clear and cold, you'll get a fog out here. And today is no exception. It's just thick, and it's a massive blanket. So what I'm trying to do is get things sticking out through the top of that fog. I'm going to put the drone up soon, because the light's still not bright enough, and the sun hasn't come out. But when that sun does come out, it'll just hit the tops of those hills, light them all up, and I'll be surrounded by a sea of fog. So I usually get something really nice here. It's my favourite thing to do in a cold winter's morning, is to come hang out here. So I've got the Leica out, got the 90 to 280 on, and I'm just zooming right in. I'm at 280, and I'm trying to just isolate little areas, just get pine trees sticking out of the fog and stuff like that, sides of hills and everything. So it should be good. Okay, drone is up. Better start taking some shots. It's a slow shutter speed, unfortunately. 1/10 of a second, but I'm surprised at how well these things work in low light. Really incredible. Better get a photo of us. Unfortunately, the lens has got a little bit of moisture or condensation on it, so there's a bit of flare happening. Anyway, you get that in the big jobs, don't you? Still looking pretty nice. Oh man, I should be shooting. It's too hard to be doing all these things at once. 3 cameras. That one, and that one. Too many cameras, not enough hands. Here she comes. Still recording. Pants falling down. Do a bit of a flyby. That is the end of that. No more drone battery. Alright, stills from the Leica only. Okay, where are we? There's that little clump of trees just sticking out there out of the fog, which looks really nice. I love this lens. I think it's one of the sharpest that I've got from Leica. Really something special. The good thing about having this fog is that it changes all the time, the conditions. The fog lifts and it comes in, and it's like a wave, and when you see it in a time-lapse video, it's incredible the shapes and the patterns that it makes. It's like an ocean. Got a bit of a lump on the left leading up to the trees sticking out, but it's kind of unbalanced, so I'm sort of struggling with that. It's not easy sometimes, and I sometimes I really hate it when there's these really nice conditions, because you feel all this pressure to get good shots. And if you don't, you kind of get a bit muddled in the head, and you kind of forget what you're doing. You start shooting without looking at your settings and thinking about the whole picture. Like I'm shooting 100 ISO, I probably should be on 50. So let's just change that. There's no reason not to be. And keep these images as smooth as possible. The sun has gone behind the clouds a bit, so it's dulled it down a bit, but that's okay. Sometimes I like that, the dullness. I don't like really cheery pictures, and I can add a sky to this, no problems at all. If I want to add a bit of cheeriness, just bracketing my exposures. It's all pretty even, but you never know when you might be able to use something from another exposure. Well, I'm just wondering whether we continue on down the road now, because I've sort of shot this now. I don't think it's going to change too much unless we get a bit more sunlight, but it'd be nice to get down on the road, because as soon as that sun does come up and poke through the clouds, it'll start putting rays of light down. Plus I'm really interested to see how much of the Blackwood River has gone up. It could be pretty interesting. Just a couple more shots here. This I think is Ewart's Road, so if anyone's looking to find the spot where I was shooting today, just look it up, you should be able to find it. It's a forestry road, so you have to be mindful that it could be closed, and also you have to be mindful that there could be trucks zipping around pretty fast. But every time I've been here, I haven't seen another truck, and I haven't seen another person actually. All I see is a few kangaroos here and there, it's can get a bit muddy, and I've been out here at times when I've been driving in the car and thinking that the car's going to slip off the edge of a hill, because it's, you know, they're quite steep, some of them, and definitely get very muddy. Right now this track is a bit potholed, or this road, Ewart's Road. Oh, here comes some kangaroos crossing the road there. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, it's all happening down here. I love this area. It's just, for me, there's so much to photograph. So this is the Balingup Nannup Road, and it's an awesome place to photograph. There's so many options, there's so many little vistas. You've got the rolling hills, you've got the pine forests, you've got the farmland. In the autumn you've got all the beautiful coloured leaves. So I can spend days just driving up and down this road. This is the Blackwood River. Let's have a look, see what we've got. It's definitely higher. Let's have a look on this side. Yeah, there's definitely more water than I've ever seen. It's cool. So I found a shot through the fog. I'm using a long focal length, and see if I can get a bit of a vista through there. Zooming in a little bit. That's quite nice. So I've got a vista through the trees, and I'm going to use my ND filter, which I've just put my fingers all over, to slow down the water, because it's actually coming through you. It's not light that's reflecting so much, it's just the foam that's on there. So I'm hoping that with a long exposure I'll be able to get that foam streaking into these white streaks between the stationary trunks. So let's see what happens. The beauty of these Leica lenses too is that they all have the same diameter, so one filter fits all your lenses. You used to be able to drive your car down here and turn around. It's crazy. Nice little scene though. Some nice trees. This might be the shot I've been looking for. Change lenses, I think. Luckily I didn't park the car too far away. It's still cold. Must be not even 10 degrees yet.